Let's talk about the training influence in the compliance or the regulatory departments for an insurance company. So when I talk to the compliance managers across the big or small insurance companies from all the way from Canada to Germany to India, they highlight somewhat similar problems. One is the regulations vary depending on the states. And if you're handling multiple countries, obviously every country has different regulations. For example, in the US, many states have different insurance regulations. So for your compliance team, they need to be able to not only manage all these compliances of all these states specifically, but also keep up with the changes in the regulations and be ready for the audits in any of these states and make sure that there is no red flag. So it's a big nightmare to keep up with the changes from state to state. Another thing is the annual compliance training gets forgotten within 2 weeks. Also, creating an audit documentation takes a lot of time, and it's getting harder and harder to keep up with the changes and accordingly change the format of the audit documentation. And last one is for a bigger insurance company with hundreds of agents, thousands of calls a week, being able to QA, quality assure these calls or the emails which are going out or what's happening or what is being talked in the meeting, and make sure every email, every customer call, every internal meeting, that if there is a red flag in compliance, the compliance team knows about it. So it's almost impossible to supervise this right now, and the QA which is being done is a spot QA. Only certain emails, certain calls randomly get checked, and that's not enough. So what we have done in compliance department is our number one goal was make sure if there is a red flag, there is an automated system which can flag almost 90% of the red flags without human intervention using the power of AI. And we have been able to do it. Of course, it's not perfect. There is still human supervision is needed for 10-20%. But for the most part, for the emails, for the calls, the AI system is smart enough to understand where the lines are being crossed, what is not compliant. Another thing is the compliance. As soon as the regulation changes, what used to take about 2 months to make changes in the training can happen now within 2 or 3 days. So you just send the compliance changes to the AI course creator. It looks at your original course and creates some micro update modules, which you can send just the changes or just the updates to the module, and also update the original module for the new employees. And that has reduced the time it takes for the regulation change to the actual frontline employees. Another thing is now with the AI, every state's regulation can be fed into it, and state-specific learning paths can be created. So in our LMS, there is an automation hub where when a new employee joins and it's put into your HR system, depending on his job role, depending on his state, and the date of joining, he or she's automatically assigned a learning path specific to that state. So that makes sure that at least the training part of the compliance has been provided with very little human intervention using this automation hub. Another thing is preparing for audits. All the documentation used to take months or weeks, depending on the size of your organization. That time can be reduced by almost 70% using the AI. So once the AI is trained into what kind of audit report format or documentation you need, also the LMS has those training data ready, the recertification data ready, which can be with one click can be downloaded in the format you want. That's on the LMS side. Because the AI could attend some of the calls and emails and do some audit, it can also give you the data in terms of what needs to be prepared for the audit. So the audit report generation, where the AI assisted audit report significantly reduces your time. Another thing for the companies who really want very tight control and are very careful about their compliance, they have our AI agents monitoring every email, every call, every meeting. Even if it's a physical meeting, the audio gets recorded, and it can alert to the compliance team any confusion about a compliance, following a compliance in a particular state, or any red alert, so that the immediate feedback can be given, and compliance failure or a red flag could be mitigated right away. Because the compliance team finding out after the fact, after 6 months or a year, doesn't really help. And all of these proactive efforts really help the regulators to trust your organization more. The compliance goes much smoother as you are proactively looking at every single thing in every single state and making sure the compliances are followed. So what ends up happening with all of these changes, with the implementation of KLM, with the AI-powered knowledge and learning management system to assist your compliance department, is we see almost 70 to 80% reduction in the admin time. We see less red flags in the audit reports, and the audit report preparation time goes down significantly. And this leads to a much more compliant organization, much lesser cost for your compliance department, and you are able to change quickly your products. You are able to keep up with the regulation changes much more faster. So the entire organization speed increases, because compliance is most often puts the brakes on new initiatives and how fast you can move in the market. So the acceleration of all these processes really help to accelerate the growth of your organization.